These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording Friday, June 7th, recording this a day earlier than we normally do because, well, there's no new news coming out. And so we're just talking about the same stuff, and we figured we'd get it out of the way now. Celtics took home a win in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, dominating Mavericks 107-89. We talked about that game in our recap, which is up on the channel now. We're going to give some extra thoughts here, game grades, all that good stuff. How you doing, Sam?
Doing pretty good. Still riding high off of Game 1. Who doesn't love a nice blowout? And I'm excited for Game 2. Can't come soon enough. Hoping to see the gang go up 2-0. Really make it easy for me to relax up until Game 3. Hate these long breaks in between, though. And we got nothing but that, except for Games 3 and 4.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time to talk. But let's talk Game 1. We'll go into it. We can do some grades. We don't have to spend like a million years on the grades. We can just talk about the game in general. I mean, we've talked about the game a million times, but Celtics are in the win. Dominant fashion. Mavs went on a run of their own late in the second quarter into the third quarter. Also, I don't know if you can hear my AC. Apology if you can't. It's too hot in my room to turn it off. I know you say you can't. You have the music on. I don't trust what you say anymore. I see you shaking your head, but you've told me no every time, and every time I hear it on the recording. So I'm going to apologize to the people anyways.
We've been together for 5 years. You can't trust me?
No, actively
That's hurtful.
not. Actively not. But we can start with, let's go down the line. Let's look to people who played actual rotation minutes, hand out some grades here. And let's just start with, I'm waiting to see who played the fewest minutes because the box would take a million years to load. Peyton Pritchard, yes. 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3 for Peyton Pritchard.
What a place to start.
No points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 15 minutes, 30 seconds for Peyton. Not the best finals, not debut, but not the best debut in the finals this year, I should say, for Peyton. But he still wasn't awful. He's still a positive in the plus minus, which is impressive, I guess. But played good defense. Just he couldn't hit shit.
Yeah, when we started with Peyton Pritchard, all I could think of is the Family Guy where Peter has a stroke and Lois is like asking him how he's doing, and he's like, I've had better days. Peyton Pritchard has had better days. And we've seen that he can perform in high pressure situations in the playoffs. So I don't think you should be sitting here sweating because Peyton Pritchard was 0 of 7. For what it's worth, it felt like all of his shots were good. He wasn't somebody who was out there making his presence known in the worst of ways. He was taking open looks. He wasn't forcing. He did have a pair of assists, got an offensive rebound, and overall was fine. He was probably a little bit below average just because of the shooting, but did you really feel it on defense? Did you really feel like he was getting taken advantage of despite the way Dallas plays, hunting mismatches? I can't remember a billion times where Pritchard was exploited. It didn't feel that way. So if you're going to ask me, I'll give him a D+. Not an F. Definitely wasn't detrimental to the team, but he certainly didn't deliver, didn't give exactly what you would expect from Peyton Pritchard. And going forward, I hope we see him find the bottom of the net.
I would say a D. Just couldn't hit his shots, but he did everything else fine. And he wasn't out there like actively shooting the Celtics out of the game. I thought he was good. I thought he held up on defense. It wasn't his night. And I guess that's really it. Sam Hauser, on the other hand, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, including a super cool no dip 3 that has been making the rounds all over Twitter.
Everybody loves it.
Finally back, made some threes. 7 of the Celtics became the first team in NBA history to have 7+ guys make 2 threes in the finals, or some convoluted stat like that. The point is, everyone made multiple threes in this game, Hauser included. He looked good. Finally, it's about time.
Yeah, he must have went back and watched a billion highlights because at Media Day, he told all you guys, specifically, I think it was Jake Fisher, when he's not playing well, the cure is, oh yeah, I'm going to go on YouTube and just watch when I was on an absolute heater. And he didn't sweat. He didn't go and change all his workout routines and try something new. Just kind of regrouped, took the time before the finals, the billion hours that they had, and got his mind right. You could see it right away. The first 3 he takes, I believe, was in transition, it was to put them up by 17. And that was on that big, huge momentum run after Porzingis had blocked Kyrie. So he did it in a big spot. It wasn't an easy shot by any means. He was moving, and he found the bottom of it. Then, like you mentioned, he had the no-dip three, which everyone was super excited about. Pretty happy with what we saw from Hauser in game one of the finals. It's exactly what you wanted to see from a guy who was 1 of 14 against Indiana. And for what it's worth, aside from that, I think he was around 44% for the playoffs. So he is someone you should expect to be back. I'll give Sam Hauser, with 4 rebounds, B+ off the bench. Oh, yeah, and he stopped Luka twice, back-to-back.
He
Stripped
did.
him and then had another stop.
He did. I think I'd say B+ is fair. Maybe go up to A- because of that defense. But having the 3-point shooting is so huge in this game. I don't think you can take him into the A range just because he only played 16 minutes. And he's not like a primary offensive focal point. And so I think B+ is good. But he did everything he's supposed to. And I mean, after the way he's been playing in the playoffs, it was nice to see him sort of get back on track because you knew it was coming. You knew he wasn't always going to shoot that poorly. So to see him make a couple in this one was nice. It was good.
Does some of Sam Hauser's value come from his appearance?
What?
Because he's a decoy? I mean, Drew Holiday came out and he talked about it for the second time this season. The white guys do play defense like they guard. And if you look at Sam Hauser, having never seen the Celtics play basketball, having never seen Sam Hauser play basketball, even players who sit there watching film of their opponent before the games seem to believe for the appearance-based reasons he cannot guard, and he does a pretty solid job.
I don't know if it's as much they don't think he can guard. Whereas, would you rather go after Sam Hauser, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, or Derek White? Like, I'm still gonna pick Sam Hauser. I don't give a fuck if he can guard or not. Like, you're still gonna go after that guy of everyone on the court. Like, that's
a very good point.
Mean, it's just a product of who they got. Next fewest minutes, ironically enough, was Kristaps Porzingis. Only played 20 minutes, 34 seconds, which is crazy. 20 points, 6 rebounds. 3 blocks, 8 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Had 18 of his 20 points in the first half. I mean, the dude was on fire the whole night. He played 20 minutes in the game, and in the first half, I think he played the bulk of that. I'm going to double check here because he got to have that rest.
He played 13 minutes at the break.
13 minutes in the first half, and then did he have to play in the fourth quarter? He played 3 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he did. Okay.
So, I mean, A+, obviously. I'll say it because you're going to say the same thing, but this dude, he was sick.
He had one of the most energetic, hype debuts for the NBA Finals. It was something straight out of professional wrestling where they had him up on the Jumbotron walking out by himself. Noah posted the video on Twitter, and there was a significant amount of buzz going around the arena. Then he enters the game, and he's just unconscious as soon as he gets the ball. What did he? I want to say he was 7 of 7 to start or something like. Well, he only shot 8 of 13. I think he was like 4 of 4 or something crazy to start this one. He had the loud dunk past Derek Lively. He had all of the face-up shots against Hardy and Josh Green, and then had the pull-up 3 in transition. He just looked super confident. It's really funny to see this type of performance after we were kind of like, do we think he's hurt? Do we not think he's hurt? Is he playing? Like, is he playing everybody, or is he being serious? I'm sure there was a level of seriousness in there, but right now it surely looks like he was like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm ready, and I'm just not going to tell anybody. For what it's worth, I don't know how much weight we put into what Bill Simmons says he heard from people, but he says he heard if they had lost game 3 against Indiana, he might have played in game 4, and if they had lost game 4, he may have played in game 5. So he may have been ready this entire time.
Maybe.
And Bill was at the game yesterday with his dad, so I say like I'm
maybe.
Friends, but
he's back now, and he's back in a big way. I mean, if Kristaps is playing like this, I forgot how impactful he is, and not only from the perspective
so
of
did everyone.
I know, not even from the perspective of like his own shot making and play, but like him just being there changes the way the Celtics play on both ends of the court. Like the rim protection is unbelievable. The way he spaces the floor opens up space for everybody else, except for maybe Jason Tatum, who gets seven bodies thrown at him every time anyways. Yeah, KP rocked. A plus, obviously. It's the most obvious grade of the night.
Final
Next
point
to
on KP. Sorry.
Yep. No, you're good.
What do you think of where he was taking those turnarounds from? Because it wasn't the normal free throw line catch and turn. It was a little further out, and it was on the wing. Do you think that was by
The elbow.
design? Do you think it was just like he couldn't really fight for position? Because Derek Lively was giving him a really hard time throughout this game and bumping him, and whether or not it was a foul or not is another story. But he really wasn't getting the catch at the normal spot. And I was thinking about it today. I was like, should we all be a little concerned about that at all? That it's going to be more difficult shots for him? I mean, they all went in this game, but if he came out and missed a bunch of shots, we'd all be like, why is he not just getting the catch where he's money from?
I think part of it is he's just not able to battle as much, and like he was getting pushed off his spot every time. He took a few from a couple at least from the free throw area. Like he did get there a little bit, but I think it's just a matter of he's getting pushed around and he can't fight back as much as he can. And realistically, even if he was fully healthy, he wouldn't be able to fight back as much against Derek Lively. Derek Lively is just bigger and stronger than he is.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a health thing.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I think he's just getting pushed around a little bit.
Okay.
I would have to go back and look, but I wonder if any of it is just the spacing of the floor as well. Like if they're setting the screens at different places, all that stuff. I didn't notice it in real time, but I'd have to go back and look. But that could be a part of it as well, just the way they're setting themselves up for the sake of spacing. Next guy, Al Horford, 29 minutes, 48 seconds, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. This was a game, at least in my opinion, I didn't really notice Al Horford, except when he was doing the good things. Like, and that's a good thing. Like, it wasn't like, oh,
the old Luke Cornett.
Yeah. But he did everything. I mean, he made a couple threes. He posted up. He made a couple buckets inside a couple times. He grabbed a bunch of rebounds, including a couple big offensive ones, had a couple blocks. Like, he was just all over the place, had 3 assists as well. Like, he did everything for the Celtics, as he always does, and played nearly 30 minutes, but not 30 minutes. And I think that's a good spot for him to be at.
I love this Horford game. Horford, first play of the game, loud dunk, sets the tone, gets everybody going. Then Dallas kind of punches back, makes a couple tough shots. He drills a 3 to bring it within 1, and from that point on, the boys were running. Biggest impact from Horford. Dallas is addicted to mismatch hunting and trying to get a switch for Luka every single time. And when Horford's on the floor, they are not going to be able to do that for him. They may be able to do it for Kyrie. Kyrie is a different story than Luka when it comes to Horford. But Horford is almost the perfect guy to guard Luka in a switch. I'm not saying you match up every time you go on the floor, but if they're going to try and set screens and get the big guy, this is the big guy I would want to have on my team. Maybe Bam. But he is strong enough to handle the body stuff from Luka. He's disciplined enough not to bite on all the up fakes. Luka threw up fakes at him the entire game. He didn't jump. Neither did Jalen, who we'll talk about later. He's got the size to affect shots from a distance. We saw him cause Luka to go 0-4 from 3, even blocked one of the step backs. He has had practice guarding some of the quicker guys in the Eastern Conference throughout the entire playoffs. Now you're guarding a guy who's a little bit slower, far more skilled than those guys, way better player. That's not what I'm saying. If you're here as a Mavs fan, I'm not saying Luka's a bad player at all. He's tremendous. But the way he gets his buckets is through magnificent footwork, strength, and patience. And Horford is a great match for all of that because he's been around, he's disciplined, and he's strong. And he can move his feet on the perimeter more than most big guys can at 38. So I loved his defense on Luka. Luka was 1 of 8 for 2 points. Couldn't mismatch hunt with Horford. That allows you to switch everything, and that's probably when the Celtics are playing their best defense as a team. So if you ask me, Horford gets A- in this game. Maybe A- because it wasn't like, I'm just trying to think back other graded games we did. It was not game 3 against Indiana where he had all the threes, and it wasn't game 5 against Cleveland where he was the whole conduit for the Celtics' energy in that game.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you put Al Horford on Luka Doncic, like one-on-one, you just say, okay, go play 10 possessions. Luka's still going to score 5, 6 out of 10 times. Like, it's just, he is. But
he's going to work.
Exactly. But if you put Rudy Gobert on him, he probably scores 8 times. If you put, Big X on him, you put
Porzingis,
if Porzingis on him, he probably scores a few more times. You put Ivica Zubac on him, he probably scores more times. Like, Luka's gonna score against almost every big in the league, except like you mentioned, Bam. Like there's exceptions to the rule, but
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up 100 times your cash. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. Now, if you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week, from lowering select player stats projections on Tuesdays, which increases your chance of getting a win, to getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. The finals mean more on Prize Picks, and so do the star players. You get boosted playoffs on selected basketball stars that you won't find anywhere else. Now, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at Jason Tatum, more than 26.5 points. Jaylen Brown, more than 3 threes, which may be aggressive, but I'm running with that. Download that app today and use a code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
The fact that Horford is able to make him work and keep him at least a little bit not as affected as he might be against normal bigs is huge for the Celtics. I'll go B+ just because I feel like I said, it didn't feel like oh my God, Al Horford's, everywhere game. It was just Al Horford did everything at a very high level. I don't want to put him in the A- of A- and higher. To me is yeah, I noticed
Holy
that
shit.
guy, that was sick.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. I noticed that guy multiple occasions, and I mean, B+ is just, yeah, he did everything at a higher than average level, and kind of did his job to perfection to a degree. Anything above B+ is exceeding expectations significantly. Next guy is Drew Holiday, 34 minutes, 54 seconds. In this game, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. He didn't get talked about. I thought this was an incredible Drew Holiday game. He went to the post. He was huge as a facilitator. He was huge on the glass. This was the Al Horford plus game. If Al Horford was the B+, this was an A- to me. Do you know what I'm saying? I noticed Drew Holiday's impact a little bit more than Al Horford, and I think that's where I'm going to put that line of demarcation. Drew Holiday was great.
I love watching Drew play. Drew is maybe my favorite Celtic now. He was all over the place in this game. If you look at his box score, you see he piles up the stats, but he also had the tenacity to just be like, okay, it's my turn to guard Luka now. I just guarded Kyrie for a lot of this game. But yeah, I'm going to pick Luka up. I'm going to tire him out. And he was a huge part of exactly that. Luka, by the end of this game, was very tired. He's somebody who we were all very fearful of heading into the series. Probably still should be. Not saying we're not. But the big question was, who guards him? Who guards him? Who guards him? And it really was by committee in this game. But Holiday was the second half guy. Once they went on that run, it was him. And he was picking him up and making him work to bring the ball up the floor. That's what you need to do against this guy. His conditioning is a question. His knees are a question. Make him work. Make him work a little harder. Plus, you got some big buckets. He had the post up, which was a much needed basket at the time. He had the 3 at the beginning of the game. I'm right with you. I think A-, B+. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's right around there for him and Al, excuse me.
He's the man.
Derek White, 35-10 in this game in terms of minutes, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 5-11 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. Heavy 3-point volume for Derek White. Felt like the Celtics were getting inside. The Mavs were collapsing, and he was just one of the guys they decided to leave open. Him and Horford. Probably good if you're the Celtics for those two guys to be left open consistently. 3 of 8 from 3, 5-11 from the field, like I mentioned. Just a solid overall game. I put this in the Al Horford category of he played well. He did his job. During that run where the Mavs were making a surge, he got picked on a little bit on defense, and I'm surprised they didn't go back to that as much. And credit Derek White for avoiding it. I'll go B+ for Derek White, just like I did for Al Horford.
See, I feel the way about Derek White that you felt about Al Horford in this game. I think he did have a tremendous amount of responsibility on defense, so you can point to that if you weren't overly impressed with offense. He had to pick up Kyrie a lot of the game. But in terms of offense, he was the 4th leading scorer. He was just under 50% from the field, just under 50% from 3. I think he's at a B. Still thought he was above average, thought he was pretty good, but it wasn't knock your socks off good. That's my analysis.
Yeah, sorry, I can never tell.
It's okay.
you get me every time.
Completely fine.
Jaylen Brown next, 37, 14. 22.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks, only 2 turnovers, 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. This was an A game from Jaylen. It would be an A+, but I like to only give 1 A+ a game, and that's KP. That just seems fair. I just think like A+ is the best
teacher.
Yeah, no, I think A+ is like the best of the best, and I just think that should be like one guy should get an A+. That's it doesn't make any sense, but that's just the way I've done it in my head. So I'll go A for Jaylen Brown. I thought he was great. I think the biggest thing for him was he picked his spots really well in terms of knew when the Celtics needed something from him, delivered. Did it in the way that worked best for him, delivered. Like, didn't try to mold his game to like, all right, let me be a shot creator. He's like, no, I'm going to put my head down, be aggressive, get to the line, push the ball in transition. And then the defense was incredible too. I mentioned 3 steals, 3 blocks, but like the counting stats don't do it justice. He was all over the place defensively, and it was really fun to watch.
Love Jaylen in this game. Did the article for Celtics blog. The game spoke for itself so much that I was almost like feeling like it wasn't even worth me writing it. I felt bad. I was like, I didn't add anything to this, but it's tough. Like, Jaylen was incredible. He was over 50% from the field. He was efficient. He made timely baskets. He had 6 points towards the end of the third quarter when the Celtics were reeling on the wrong end of that run. 3 or 4 from the line in that stretch, and he makes the loud 3 to finish it off. Also in that stretch, 2 blocks. Big one on Kyrie. Got the crowd jumping. Love to see it. I loved his defensive intensity on Luka to start this game. You mentioned it. He picked him clean twice. He had Luka discouraged. He had him in hell. I loved it. He took it personal. We talked about it all during the break. He was pissed that he wasn't named to the all defensive teams. He didn't get recognition for that. He felt like he worked really hard to be a plus defender this year. Throughout the regular season, we saw him take pride in defensive matchups. When the Warriors came to town, they won by $1 billion. He was picking up Curry at half court. In the game where they beat the brakes off Dallas, he was the primary defender on Luka. I wrote about it. I don't remember what the exact numbers were, but they weren't very good when he was matched up against Jaylen. Jaylen took it personal. He takes pride in these superstar matchups, and he realized all the eyes were on him yesterday. It's the NBA Finals. Everybody's watching, even though they said the ratings are down. But he took pride in it. Big W from Jaylen. I'll give him an A+. I just liked the way he brought it. He brought the energy in game one at times when they really needed it.
Yeah, he was huge. I mean, he's the leading scorer for a reason, even though it was only 22 points, but he gave them what they needed at all times, and that was huge. Last one for the Celtics, Jason Tatum, 42-09. He had 16 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 turnovers, not great. Shot 6 of 16, but 3 of 7 from 3. A lot of people are going to be talking about the bad shooting. He hasn't shot the ball well all playoffs, frankly. Or scored the ball well, I should say. He shot the ball okay in game one. But I thought Tatum did what he needed to do at most times. There were some foolish plays. I think it was a few bad shots here and there in terms of mid-ranges that he forced up. I think the turnovers were rough at times, but he was seeing a ton of pressure. He almost always made the right play. I'd probably go B- for Jason Tatum. Maybe C+, but B-.
Yeah, I think you have it about right. I thought Tatum was impactful in this game, but it didn't come without a price. The 6 turnovers are the thing that really brings the grade down to me. I hate seeing an inefficient Tatum game as much as the next guy, but I didn't feel the inefficiency in this game, which is the most important thing. Did he make a couple big baskets in the fourth quarter when they were trying to ice the game? I know he made at least one, but he really didn't settle much in this game. Thought he took 2 bad shots to finish off the first half. And if you really want to get angry and be like, blame Tatum, then you can be like, he kickstarted all that run that Dallas went on, but really it was a whole lot that went into that. But seriously, that was the only stretch of the game that I really felt he went into me mode. And with that being said, he did hit the glass hard. He got some huge rebounds. He put an end to some big Dallas possessions, and he wasn't afraid to get in there against the big guys. He was given that responsibility. Dallas loves these big bodies, and he was in there guarding them because of the way the Celtics were trying to run their defense. Big ups to Tatum, but B- game. 16 points is a little less than you expect from him. More turnovers than assists in this game is also not exactly what you would expect, and same turnovers as field goals made. Not exactly what you're looking for in the finals, but you got the win, so I really don't care, and I won't remember.
Not ideal. I'm going
Do
to
we do
title
a Joe
this.
grade?
Sure, we can do a Joe grade. A. Good job, Joe. Called timeout.
Good job, Joe.
Yes.
He did a good job of having his defensive scheme take away everything that Dallas is good at. No corner threes for the Mavs. No alley-oops. They only had, 9 assists in this game?
Yep.
His defensive planning / the coaching staff's defensive planning was phenomenal. And you mentioned the timeouts. He wasn't playing around.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I'm going to title this Grading Every Player in Celtics-Mavericks Finals Game 1. So we're going to do the Mavericks as well. We can speed through everybody not named Luka and Kyrie, though. Just for the sake of the title, for the sake of the thumbnail. Okay, Maxi Kleber, Sam.
F. He was barbecue chicken.
F. Really bad. Barbecue chicken is right. Josh Green. I agree with that.
I would say D minus. He looked kind of lights are too bright for me in this game. Had the really probably poor decision to try and dunk on Porzingis when they were on the wrong end of the run. That's one of the big, if that was Tatum, I would be like, read the room moments. He gave up a free momentum play to the Celtics. Very tough. Was inefficient in this game.
D. Yeah.
Good
call. Jaden Hardy, I thought was actually okay. I mean, he did most of his damage in garbage time, but like when he started cooking, like it wasn't like they were anywhere close. But even before garbage time, like he looked not horrendous. It's still not good. It's still like a C minus, but it at least takes him out of the D range, in my opinion.
Best of the rest so far. Yeah.
Derek Lively, F. Useless.
I don't know if I would say F for Derek Lively. He was a real pain in the ass when he was out there, and he was annoying me. So if he's doing that, then he's doing something right.
But he wasn't. I mean, he had 2 points, 5 rebounds in 18 minutes as one of their 2 like centers on the floor. And I know, like they played some Kleber only big minutes, but like when Gafford, Lively, and Kleber combined for 8 rebounds, probably not going to win the game. Probably not going to be very good. Like that's not. Like something that's going to play. And for what it's worth, they also combined for 4 defensive rebounds because Kleber and Gafford got 0 defensive rebounds each. 0 defensive rebounds.
Good work.
And so I guess that's not as much on Lively, but I just felt like he was so foul prone. We said it on the game 1. This guy had like 9 fouls in this game. Like it was. But
that was his job in this game. That's why I feel like he did it. I'm not saying he got like a passing grade or
but you can't be
above average grade.
But you can't be effective and on the floor if you're fouling out. Like if he wasn't in foul trouble, he'd probably play 30 minutes of this game. But he couldn't because he fouled like 4 times in the first quarter or whatever. Like you need him to play switch. You need him to play maybe D minus. But Derek Lively was useless. Like for how impactful he's been all playoffs. Horrible for showing.
Oh, I don't think he was anywhere near what he was against Minnesota.
Exactly.
Celtics took away the lob threat. There really isn't a whole lot of ways for him to get buckets besides that. But he annoyed me, so he gets some credit.
Sure. Daniel Gafford, D, also bad. You can't be a starting center and get 0 defensive rebounds. You can't.
They weren't missing.
You can't.
There weren't a lot of defensive rebounds. Celtics shot what? Not even 50% from the field. I guess we really can't.
Mavs had 33 defensive rebounds. He got none.
Well, yeah, because Luka was stat padding.
No. Garbage. D for Daniel Gafford.
I'm fine with that.
Derek Jones Jr., 2 of 9 from the field.
Thought he was awesome.
I think he did an okay job of harassing Tatum a little bit. I think he was a big part of some of the pressure they did send at him. It didn't work, but that's not his fault. That's a bad game plan. I think he played his part in their game plan well. It's just their game plan was ass. So I would go like D. Big difference there. But he wasn't.
I just think he took 9 shots in this game. A lot of them were at the rim. He didn't make a whole lot of them. He took 2 threes, so he was 1 of 7 from inside the arc. You can jump higher than anybody I've ever seen, buddy. Put the ball in the basket if I'm a Mavs fan, but keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, but the Celtics defense was also really good. Like as much as it was him, like
big credit to the Celtics. Respect.
PJ Washington, 5'11", 14 and 8. He was a big part of that run. It was him, Luke, and Kyrie getting some buckets in there. I'd go C minus.
I think C minus. He was kind of there on the defensive end too, and he had a couple dunks. He was aggressive, didn't make his threes, missed some free throws, but he was there. He was trying. You felt him out there. You didn't forget about him. So yeah, C minus. That's fine with me.
Kyrie.
On the me scale, A. Loved Kyrie in this game. Favorite Kyrie game in the playoffs, maybe ever.
But on the real scale.
F.
F.
D
Horrible.
minus
F,
D.
F.
I thought he
Horrible.
put in a good harassing effort on the defensive end. He knocked a few passes away. He got some deflections, but he missed literally every single big shot that he got.
I'm gonna say a you thing. It is this is a Sam Hauser was good on defense game for Kyrie Irving. Good for you,
That's
buddy.
true.
Make your
You
fucking
didn't do the
shots.
thing. Yeah,
Exactly.
he looked lost.
Um,
He threw the ball away to absolutely nobody. He was trying to dribble past Al Horford and fell down. He dribbled it off his foot. Again, he missed all the threes. He missed all the big shots. Like, there were several momentum shots that he did not find the bottom of the net on. If I'm a Mavs fan in this game,
F.
I'm pissed at Kyrie.
F. Awful. And he will be better. Absolutely will be better. You have to expect it. But this game 1, F. Not
What
good.
if he's not? That
Would be
rock.
sick. Wouldn't complain.
That would be awesome.
Luka Doncic, 12 of 26, 4 of 12, 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist. I think you could get
4
me
turnovers.
to 4 turnovers. You could get me to a B minus. I'm going to say C plus.
Yeah,
C
I think
plus.
B minus. He fueled their run.
plus.
He made some tough shots. The 1 assist really isn't his fault. Some guys, PJ Washington, missed
How many
wide
potential
open
assists did
looks.
he have?
I don't know. That's a good question. But overall, he got like mopey at times in this game too. Like when things weren't going his way,
what?
head down,
B
didn't
minus.
get back.
B minus because he was a genuinely really good defender in this game. Like he was playing really, 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 really good defense for long stretches of this game.
He
against
tried his
everybody.
best.
He was playing really well. So yeah, I think B minus. I'll get there with him.
Jason Kidd. Halftime speech saying to go out there and have fun. A.
F for fired. F.
F. C for Chinese.
Horrible. How are you going to come into this series with that game plan? That's unbelievable. And I think Jason Kidd is a genuinely really good coach. This was terrible.
Nobody's dying, Jack.
Nobody's
My favorite
dying.
Jason Kidd quote.
Nobody's dying.
Game Time makes getting NBA Finals tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the tip-off. Like right now, I was looking on the app, and it's really easy to use. Just download the app. Lots of pictures for us sports fans. Lots of pictures. And, you know, the tickets for Celtics Game 1 and whoever they play, between $600-$700. But the closer you get to actual tip time, it's going to go down. So you and your friends may do a last-minute thing. And I know it's a lot of money, but maybe it's 2-3 of your friends. Last-minute trip, boom, let's go. Let's see what the tickets are on Game Time. You never know. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets. Last-minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals. Okay, here's the deal. Last-minute deals save up to 60% off buying last-minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. Now, the flash deal is save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. Save even more when you choose a section for the zone deals. You choose a section, let Game Time choose the seats. Sounds pretty good to me. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA Finals tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Okay. We don't have to spend too long on this, but looking ahead to game 2, Sam. What
Game
are you
2
looking
today?
forward to? Today, true. What are you
Tonight?
looking forward to most?
8 p.m.
Hmm.
Few things.
8:30.
8.
Don't think so. I think game 3 is 8.
Hmm?
Let me look. VAR? 8:30. No, 8. Wait, what? 8.
Mm.
Wow. I was
You know, who
fed
told me
false
that?
information.
Mike Breen told me that.
Fed false information. Yeah, I didn't have the luxury of listening to Mike Green.
What am I looking for in game 2? I think the Celtics are going to have to deal with everybody not named Luka not playing like they have melted brain. I think you're actually going to see some of these other guys on the Mavs play a good game, and you're going to have to respond to that. Kyrie's the guy I'm really looking at. I know we just talked about him. I know I was like, what if he never steps up and plays well? It feels like you are going to get a good Kyrie game in this series. The Celtics are really well equipped to defend him, and there were series, aka OKC, the team most similar to the Celtics that they played, where he wasn't really that much better than the rest. Like, he was the third leading scorer, I think, behind PJ Washington. Like, they were about the same in terms of usage and shots taken. So there's a very fair chance that he steps up, but there's also a chance that this is just what we're going to see. But the efficiency should probably be a little better. He missed a couple, especially the threes. He missed a couple of those that he's going to usually knock down. Luka, probably going to get a scorcher of a Luka game. Feels like he's going to be pissed off here. He's going to be in the road environment after getting embarrassed in game 1. He was mopey, turned the ball over a bunch of times. He was clearly put off by the Celtics pressuring him. He's probably going to have a chip on his shoulder coming into this one. If you're the Celtics, keep doing what you're doing. Keep wearing him down. Make him play defense. Make him work for all those points because he's going to try and get them.
Listen, I hope I'm wrong for the sake of pride for Jason Kidd. But if he comes into this game with the same defensive game plan, I'm going to be unbelievably baffled. There's no way you can come into game 2 after what you just saw and say, guys, do it again.
Nobody's dying.
Run it back. Like they're going to adjust. They're going to find ways to slow down the Celtics. They're going to find ways to get their guys better looks. It's going to happen. Like you said, it's just up to the Celtics to keep playing their game, because I think if the Celtics play steady and play this brand of basketball, it'll pay out in the end. Also, just pivoting quickly, Celtics blog, I wrote it today. Remember earlier this season when Joe Mazzulla said, I hope we blow more leads.
I was there.
This is why.
We were both there.
This is why. This is why he said it. Genuinely.
Good for you. Good callback.
This is why he said it. Like that mentality, that avoidance of entitlement won them game 1 of the NBA Finals. Like plain as day. The fact that they were able to regroup and not have the, we're going to win this game no matter what, like lock back in, like that is because he has spent the entire season beating the arrogance out of them through Spider-Man quotes, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what it is? Ime is Jalen and Joe is Jason in terms of their coaching styles. Ime just screams at them their leadership styles. Think about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've said to you, I've said to my dad, I really think Joe is the proper coach for this team.
Correct.
The personnel on this team, these guys all are here to win. They don't care about personal stuff. They don't really care about where they rank within the team. Porzingis clearly is a prime example coming off the bench in his first ever NBA Finals game, and he did not give a fuck. He was smiling the whole time. Ime was great for the maybe need a kick in the ass version of the Celtics, but this version of the Celtics doesn't need that. They need Joe. And last year, you had some characters on this team that probably needed the kick in the ass, but they didn't have it, and that's okay. Joe has done a tremendous job of growing over the past year. Credit to him.
Shout out, Joe. Shout out, Joe. Next thing. Oh, I guess it's just the email. Let's go to the email.
Pull it up.
I was ready to go to the next topic. A reminder, as always, if you guys would like to get in contact with us, you can email us at hbtcpod@gmail.com. As my Gmail slowly loads on my other screen here. How you guys doing today, chat, as this loads? You know, I'm like doing a stand-up.
Tell us how you're doing. You nervous for game 2? You disappointed in their uniform selection? I know I am.
Okay, here we go. Finally have it. Okay.
Didn't the jerseys look clean in game 1, though, Jack? Didn't it look nice to see the gold finals patch on the back of it?
I could not see the patches.
You don't go back and watch the highlights?
Far away. Nope, I did not.
Really?
No. First one, RJ. Evening, folks. Here's a fun game. Below are the per game stat lines for 4 different players' playoff runs over the years. Can you tell me the player and the year? Okay, I don't want the answers.
3 of them are Celtics, according to RJ.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Oh, hint. I see. Player A, for audio listeners. Player A is 25.9 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, 8.2 assists per game. Player B is 26 points, 10.4 rebounds, 5.9 assists. Player C is 28.8 points, 9.6 rebounds, 8.8 assists. Player D is 25.6 points, 6.7 rebounds, 6.2 assists. Player E is 25 points, 6.1 rebounds, 2.6 assists. I'll vamp here a little so you don't have the answer jump out of you. And a hint, 3 of them are Celtics. How much can I read before going in? We've seen a lot of smoke coming to the finals about who's the face of the league. Sort of gibberish, mostly discussing Jadam and completely ignoring Brown. I don't want to. Okay, sorry. Okay, I didn't see the answers.
I didn't see it.
Over the years, I mean, this is just so no context. Like I'm
Player B, I think, is Tatum this year.
Yes, I would agree. Yes. Okay.
I feel like one of these guys is Luka.
No, he's averaging 30 plus in the playoffs for sure. I think has to be.
All right.
One's got to be LeBron.
I also think I think A may be.
I think A is LeBron. Yeah. Ooh. Is one Jokic last year?
One of them might be, but I think Jokic was in the 30s. He was going crazy.
For the whole playoffs, though? Just in the finals?
I don't know. When I was doing the Nuggets fan-sided site, I used those stats a lot. I don't know off the top of my head anymore. My gut
Jalen is Z. Jalen Z.
Okay, Jalen Z.
For sure.
One of them I bet you D is Larry Bird.
Yes. I bet C is Jokic and A is LeBron.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Answers. A is Larry Bird. Fuck. Okay.
Damn it.
A is Bird, 26, 9, and 8 in the 1986 championship run. Player B is JT this year. Yep. Player C is Luka's this year.
Fat slob.
Okay. Yep. We should have gotten that. Player D is Player D is Tatum from 2022. Wow. Really? That's really
Thanks for putting that for context, RJ, because looking at them not knowing side by side is pretty cool.
Very cool. And then Jalen, yeah, this year. First off, props to Luka. Dude is having a good year on par with Larry, but so is Jason. The only reason the assists are lower than either Bird or not just the Celtics don't run their offense through him this year. The way the 86 squad of the Mavs go through Larry or Luka, and there's JB running numbers reminiscent of Paul Pierce. My point, just a reminder that Tatum is damn good, and so is JB. Be well, and let's win this thing, RJ. I like these quiz things you sent us, RJ. These are fun. I enjoy these a lot. Thank you.
Quick Celtics thought.
Yep.
And we said it in the game recap of game 1. They are truly at their best when nobody's really taking the most shots. Like, it's all around the same. Because that means the ball's popping around, and it means the defense can't really set into one thing, even though they tried their very best against Tatum. Everybody else got theirs, and they cooked. It was awesome. Celtics are great when they're playing as a team, and it's bringing team ball back, it almost feels like.
Agreed. Game 1 was the best game of the playoffs, in my opinion. I think it was their best one. Second email, I should say, with love and respect, is from RJ again. Celtics play great Missoula ball. Evening, folks. Sam, I hope your heart rate leveled out after that third quarter stretch. Jack, how was your first finals game? Did your heart rate level out, Sam?
Did, yeah.
Good.
Never really went that crazy, except for like that the hype sequence when Hauser made the 3. I went up to 75. But besides that, I was just
that's a good one.
Annoyances.
That's a good spike, though.
Somebody said 75 beats of pure. What the fuck is the word? It's like erotic, but I don't.
Adrenaline?
No, arousal.
First finals game was good. It sunk like once tip off started and Horford had the dunk, and the crowd started going. Like it sunk in. I was like, holy shit! Like I was like, wow, okay, this is real.
What happened with the seat situation?
We found a place to sit. We found a place to sit. Yes. Fun game that is RJ's email again. Sorry, tangent. Fun game that gave everyone a little bit of everything. Kyrie haters got to watch him clank around like JD Davison in stretches. Sam Hauser found his groove. PP didn't, but played solid tandem defense on Luka. JT had his good and bad moments, and Drew D. White now all pitched in while Cookies and Cream carried the day. I knew the C's would win if they held the edge in 3-pointers. I just had no idea what shape the game would take. Celtics go up 2-1 on the Mavs at 58-29, then let them gnaw it down to an 8-point margin, and then that's when the veteran battle-tested Celtics came through in the clutch moment, outscoring the Mavs 14-2 in the final 4:48 of the third to move the lead back up to 20. Joe's been preaching it all year. You never know the path a game will follow, but you got to be ready to play the game in front of you. Celtics did that for the 8th time in a row. I just said this. This is crazy. Missoula ball at its finest. Be well. Let's win this thing, RJ. How many
Great
times
point by
this
RJ.
year? How many times this postseason have one of us said something and then the email said it 5 minutes later?
It means we know ball and people listen to what we have to say. Really,
I love it.
RJ is absolutely an avid knower of ball. He's there no matter what. I love the highlighting of them winning the clutch moment of when the game got to 8. Again, Jalen came out on the podium and was like, "That's when the game started for us." So everybody that was coming into the series, and there is still some validity to that, but was like, the Celtics can't win the clutch moments against Dallas. They're just too good. They ripped off a 14-2 run essentially with the game on the line, because if it got much closer than that, it really felt like the sirens were going to go off. That place was feeling like everybody was on eggshells from seeing it on TV. It was very quiet. Everyone looked uncomfortable. It was very quiet again. But yeah, them being able to show up, put a halt to the run, huge in that spot. It's what they've done all season.
Yeah, it was really nice to see them respond to that run. That was so impressive. The game was over when they did that, and that was the game. Jalen said it. Last email. Oh, it's just Jamie. Something to try for the streams. You want to do a hoops grid quick in the middle of the pod?
Because it won't be the same as next time we
Let's rock.
stream.
All right, we're gonna do hoops grid. We've played this before. We did this for TikToks a while ago. Maybe we do TikToks again this summer, because we have this StreamYard tool now where I don't have to edit it. Yeah, so it'll be a lot easier for me to just rip it.
That's right.
We just got to get really good.
We might be back.
But even if I do have to edit out the audio, it's so much easier not to have to, like, you know what I'm saying, put everything.
Move the actual, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely understand.
Cool. Okay. Let's do hoops grid. Audio listeners, apologies for the segment. Oh, what is this? This is not what I thought it was.
You have to. Do we have a rules?
Yeah, where's the rules? Nope, not hints. Hold on, I think if I refresh.
All right, just click
Peter
people that were
Tucker.
teammates.
Okay, yeah.
So you can do
Okay,
Steph
so-
and Chris Paul. Steph also played with Clay.
Wait. Oh, are we going in order? Wait a second. Then Clay played with what? I'm getting lost.
Hold on.
Hold up. So we need hold up. Pause. I'm confused. I saw the directions and I saw the directions and I X'd out of them because I thought I knew them. How to play. Here we go. How to play. I've got it. Sorry, chat. We're playing NBA connections, but it's it's different than we're used to, so we're learning on the fly. Okay, so here are the rules. Audio listeners, again, apologies. Watch on YouTube if you'd like to see. The goal is to find and select 4 groups of 4 players who share a connection. I see. Connections can be based on their teams, years played. I've played this before. Physical attributes. I play LE connections, which is just LeBron, but connections. Like New York Times connections. Have you ever played New York Times connections?
No.
Okay, well, basically like 4 Lakers players, 4 Warriors players, 4 players drafted first overall, 4 players that are 6'10", the most steals, 4 most steals in NBA history. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
They have groups. So in this case, it could be.
You would have Curry, Paul, Clay.
And who, though? Is it more likely that it's. This
You would
is
have
tough.
LeBron, Magic, Jamal Wilkes.
Why? What's Jamal Wilkes? Is he a Laker?
He was a Laker.
I don't see any other Lakers, though.
LeBron, Magic, Jamal Wilkes, and probably somebody else. One of these other people we don't necessarily know who it is.
Yeah, true. What is that? Who does Zach LaVine connect with? That's what I like to look at. I'm like, okay, who does this guy? How and who does this guy connect with? This might not be a pod thing because we're gonna sit here in silence and not be very cool.
Let's see. Kevin McHale, Magic,
threes.
Jamal Wilkes, and James
Threes?
Edwards all played.
Threes. Curry, threes. Lillard, threes. Thompson, threes.
Manu.
Threes?
Or maybe LeBron.
No, not threes for Manu. It would be Harden, but Harden's not here. Is there an assist thing? with Chris Paul, Magic, and LeBron, but there's no fourth one.
Steph?
I don't think he'd have assists. Oh, is there no 3-point contest winners? No.
Did Levine win a 3-point contest?
No way.
Do we have
Did he?
undrafted guys?
Let's try that. Let's try Thompson. Let's try these guys. What is that? Oh yeah, most 3-pointers in a game in 20. Okay, cool. We got
Okay.
one. Levine, Steph, Lillard, and Clay all made the most 3-pointers in a game this season. Okay. Did Mikhail win a 6 man of the year? Or am I stupid? No, that was
He did.
So Manu has won a 6 man of the year for sure.
Okay. And it gets worse.
Yeah, that doesn't have anything else. It feels like it's got to be assists. No, with Chris Paul, Magic, and LeBron. No one else is gonna do assists. PJ Tucker, old. LeBron, Chris Paul, Taj Gibson, PJ Tucker, oldest players in the league right now.
Okay.
Got to be right. Yeah, oldest active. Come on.
Pretty good.
We're here, and now we're fine.
Magic, James Edwards, Jamal Wilkes, and McHale all played around the same time. Isn't that what it is? Like they played in the 80s or whatever?
Maybe. No. One away.
One
so
away.
Three of these guys are together.
Probably
For audio
not James
listeners-
Edwards, but I don't know the rest of them.
For audio listeners, the guys we have left are Grant Gondrachik, Jamal Wilkes, Jay Humphreys, James Edwards, Walter Davis, then Manu Ginobili, Kevin McHale.
Try
Magic
Manu and see if it's Hall of Famers.
Instead of who? James Edwards?
Yeah.
Is Jamal Wilkes in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. Oh, won a title as a rookie. Ooh. What the hell are these guys? So Grant Gondrachik, James Edwards, involved in the 80s drug
Oh,
scandal.
yeah, everybody knows that.
Shut the fuck up. Fuck you, NBA Connections. That was NBA Connections. Thank you, Jamie. We'll definitely play that. We can play that with Bobby. That'd be fun. Or with Roundtable. Anyways, let's jump over to the NBA section with we have 3 pieces of NBA news, but one of them is huge. UConn head coach Dan Hurley may join the Los Angeles Lakers. This was originally reported by Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN at the early stages of the morning, on par with Ime Udoka getting suspended in terms of no one's up. What the hell?
It was devastating.
Jovan Buha of The Athletic. With some internal connections, Hurley's name began coming up as recently as last week. The likelihood of Hurley's being the next coach seemed far-fetched at the time, slowly gaining some ground. Redick was considered the front runner for weeks, and he's still a viable candidate. I don't know, though. It feels like this is gaining so much steam so quickly. Could be Dan Hurley, which I know you don't like, but
it would suck, man. Big fan of Hurley's. Hurley coached at URI when I was at URI. Played for him. Very sad. Very sad. Love Hurley. He's such a funny character, man. He's such a nut job psychopath. I love rooting for him. I like UConn. I cheer for the teams in the area. I'm not a good college basketball fan, but I do. Anytime a New England team's in the tournament, I support them. And I'll tell you what, having to turn my back on Dan Hurley will be one of the harder things. He's an entertaining guest on shows. Anytime he's done Pardon My Take, anytime he's done Redick, he's fun to listen to. I don't want him to get beat. I don't want to get him thrown on the bus. I don't want him to see LeBron be LeBron's roadkill. I can't even speak. I'm so upset. It's devastating.
Now, hear me out. And I'm going to talk to the audience here, and you're not going to interrupt me.
Okay.
Because you're going to put on your tinfoil hat when I talk. But I'm going to say something. A report came out that LeBron said something along the lines of hire the right coach for the next 10 years or something. And as much as that hasn't been the case in the past, I do feel like there's some level of an awareness for LeBron that okay, I have this many years left. Obviously, I want to win now. But I do think this next Lakers coach is going to be a little different than we've seen in recent years. Not from the perspective of, if he goes sub 500, he's still going to get fired, right? He's still going to get fired. If they're absolutely dog shit, he's going to get fired. It's going to happen. But I don't think they're going to be held to the same championship or bust standard, because they do need to plan past LeBron. And even when they were talking about JJ Redick, it was, okay, we like what he can become, not what he is right now necessarily, even though I think he'd be a good coach right now. And I do think that would be the case with Dan Hurley. I don't think it would be if he doesn't win a title in the next 2 years, we're going to get him out of here. I do think it would be okay, let's actually try to grow with this guy who's very clearly a great head coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time LeBron had some self-awareness, huh? Right? I also saw something, I think it was a part of the same Athletic article, that was Hurley does have the tools to potentially develop LeBron James Jr.
Sick. Love that. Cool.
John Fanta, heavily tied in college basketball reporter, believes Hurley will take this job. Sucks,
Wow.
dude. Hurley is awesome. He's awesome. He would be a fantastic Celtics head coach. Not that they need
Whoa.
a head coach.
Yeah.
Not that they do. But
All right.
people here would love cheering for that guy because, much like Joe, he's a psychopath. Sucks that he's probably going to be on the Lakers.
Yep.
Sucks he's leaving UConn, too, for what it's worth.
That does suck, too, for UConn. Next NBA thing is Jimmy Butler, Warriors stuff. San Francisco Chronicle put out something. Butler's Bay Area visit had some wondering if the region could be the 34-year-old's new home. The Athletic's Anthony Slater reported last week that, quote, if the Heat shot Jimmy Butler, I would expect the Warriors to enter the conversation at least to some degree. Small forward is set to make $48.8 million next season from the Heat, $52 million, et cetera, et cetera. As much as this is like, yeah, whatever, like, of all the trade packages the Heat could get, probably not a bad one you could get from Golden State.
What would you get back? What would you take
Actually,
back? Kuminga would be one of them.
Wrong.
Lakers?
Warriors are a second apron team. You can't combine salaries in a trade.
Clay. See ya.
It would. Well, he's a free agent.
Sign and trade.
Yes. I don't know if they can do. I don't think you can do a sign and trade. I don't know if that's
they got to ban the second apron stuff. It makes all these conversations for us a lot less fun. You know how hard it's going to be to get through the summer with the second apron restricting everything we can talk about.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, this there's literally no way for them to do it without trading Steph Curry. Even if it was Clay makes less money than Jimmy Butler, and both of these are second apron teams, so it would literally have to be an even money for money, and it does not exist. So this is, I don't, unless I'm wrong, which is possible because I'm far from an expert. I don't think this is possible.
Well, it's far less fun. But anyways, it was on Hoops Hype. The Athletic did like kind of float this idea. So
if they're
it's
reporting,
very
maybe it
possible.
Possible somehow.
Well, it's also possible that other people are confused about the second apron, and they may not know all the bullshit either. So be careful what you read this summer. If we teach you nothing, take that one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is a thing that can happen. Anyways, next thing and the last NBA thing. I don't know what this is, Sam. Can you explain the Chris Paul, Scott Foster, whatever thing?
So you'll remember like last month, the Athletic put out this article, the official Bill Spooner called Chris Paul one of the biggest assholes in the league. Chris Paul responded, went on the Pat McAfee show this week, and he had this to say. There's probably a lot more referees that feel like that. That ref, I had to look him up. He was in the league for a long time, and you can probably guess who one of his homeboys is. Alluding to Scott Foster, the GOAT, who has beef with Chris Paul.
Yeah. Notable beef. Famous beef. Hilarious beef.
Yeah, it is hilarious. Scott Foster will toss him out of the game for absolutely no reason. The playoff record while Scott Foster officiates Chris Paul games is also just something to put in the Louvre. Fantastic work from Scott. One of the greats.
Incredible.
If you ran into him in the underbelly of the Garden, would you take a picture with Scott Foster? Yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
Because I'm working. I'm a professional. I'm not going to take a picture.
That's professional.
No,
you respect one of the greats.
Absolutely not. No.
Who?
No.
What? Give me a list of people you would take a picture with if you ran into him.
Noah Khan.
That's it.
Donnie Wahlberg, because I did. That's because like I knew I had like a connection.
Yeah,
that's like in terms of like just straight up like just because I'm a fan. Noah Khan. I think that's the end of the list.
That's genuinely the end of the list, really.
I think so. I'm trying to think, but I think that's it. Yeah.
I mean, you ended up getting one anyway, but I probably would do Guillermo at the very least, especially when he's dressed like I know Terp.
Terp
did.
took one. Yeah, Terp took one with Guillermo. I don't know. I think I just don't.
I understand where you're coming from. Make no mistake. I mean, you're
But
not going
even,
up to
like-
NBA players and being like, "Hey, I'm covering your team. Let's get a selfie."
But even like in general, not even from the perspective of I'm embarrassed, it's not professional. Like I just don't think I don't like there aren't many people I would care about having a picture with. First, like I don't know.
I would want one with Scott Foster, but I am thinking about how I would approach that. Because I also would not want him to think I'm making fun of him.
Yeah. I don't know.
But he is like a legend.
Yeah, I don't
Best mixtape in all the land.
Shout out Scotty. All right. Ratless time, Sam.
Ratless time indeed.
What you got?
I'm sure you have some Ratless stuff from the NBA Finals. First and foremost, Ratless the Heat. I'm fucking dying in this room.
Oh,
I feel like I am being baked alive.
Yeah.
Sweating. I've been sweating. I've been in front of this microphone most of the afternoon. Unrelenting heat in this room.
Wait. Ready. Hopefully you can hear it.
I can hear the beep. Yeah.
My AC turning on. Get fucked, buddy.
Yeah.
That's all. You gotta get you one of those in window ACs.
Well, we have like air, but actually when I'm not recording, because I leave my door open up here, it's not that bad. When the door's open, I get a through breeze. But if I'm in the room like this, I can't do that.
But like this, like I control this. That's all me. So like I can just choose what I want it to be at. You know what I'm saying?
You see this? This is my domain right here.
It's me. It's all me. Ratless Packard. Jam Packard.
Oh no, I like Jam Packard. Why?
It's nothing like actual. It's I'm not the fastest man on the planet. And I had to guard Packard today. Outran my ass. he turns to me. I'm lining up against him for the second time, and he goes, "Jack, I may not be very skilled, but you bet your ass I'm gonna outrun you, motherfucker." And he did. He outran
Kept his
me,
word.
got me in a couple cuts. The second game wasn't as bad. The first game of the day we played fours full court, so I was just fucking dead. But he beat me on a couple. He pulls out these shoes out of his bag. And I go, "Oh, those are kind of cool. What are they?" He goes, "LaMelos." He's just playing in fucking LaMelos.
You know who loves LaMelos is
And
Ray.
then, well, I go, "Oh, are they comfortable?" He goes, "No, they're fucking terrible, but they were free, so I'm wearing them." Also, Ratless Packard, because he, unbeknownst to me, so I got a haircut the other day, right? And I'm scrolling through Twitter during the press conference.
I did see this.
And Packard tweets out this cool picture of Jalen in a cool leather jacket. And he tweets this out. Cool guy in a leather jacket. And then you see me. And apparently my barber fucked up my hair. And so there's just a line in my hair. And I respond to him. I go, "Did my barber mess up my haircut? What the hell?" Packard comes up to me and he just goes, "Yeah, he fucked her shit up, bro." And I like my barber too. He's a cool guy. It's just apparently there's a line in the back of my head.
You're gonna have to tell him about that.
Let's see. I'll show the pod right here. Ready?
Oh no.
You see it right there?
I know what it is because you pointed it out, but if I was like looking around, I would probably not notice.
That's fine. I don't care. I don't see the back of my head, so I'm not gonna. Whatever. But it was.
Hope he puts a penis in the back of your head next time.
Fuck you.
I love when I get a nice fuck you out of you. It just makes my day bright. Rat list, sweets, treats, everything in between. At work, we had a food truck event on Thursday. Food trucks have probably anything you can imagine. We had a crepe truck. We had kind of healthy food like chicken, rice, like greens. We had a smoothie truck. We had a grilled cheese truck. We had a French fry truck with all different like kind of French fries. Like you get cinnamon sugar and whipped cream on them and all that shit. I hit for the cycle at the food truck event. They gave us all meal tickets. And I had one So I go and I get my chicken and rice and greens, and I'm with my friend, and then I'm like, kind of want to try one of these like dessert crepes. So I'm waiting in the line, and we went out towards like the end of the window. And this lady's just walking around giving out extra meal tickets. So I got my crepe for
Hell
free,
yeah.
and I got a smoothie on top of that.
Yep.
And then somebody in our department was retiring, so there was the most gigantic cake you've ever seen. They had pastries, and all of it was like top class. Like, I'm not going to pull up the cake on this stream. Trust me, this cake looked like a painting that you would hang on the wall. It wasn't
yeah.
screen printed on the top of it like you see at Stop and Shop. The frosting was a work of art.
That rocks. That's so sick.
It did rock. It was a nice event. It was very nice. Person was a great person to work with. Best of luck to them. I can't believe how much junk food I ate on Thursday.
Respect. Love that.
It was a holiday. It was game one of the finals.
You need it.
You have to.
You need it.
What was the meal in the garden on Thursday?
The problem with, and you don't relish the garden, not because of the food. There's too many fucking people. I couldn't. I couldn't. I didn't have time. They did have food stations upstairs, but it was very clearly like just leftover like side quest food. And so I ate something up there and it was fine. But there's too many fucking people at the garden, man. It's whack.
You gotta let them know who's the big man on campus.
I'm not though, because I didn't get a fucking seat. Even I'm clearly fucking not.
In fairness to you, you should have. You and Noah should both have seats because you have been there the entire time.
Don't worry though, Sam. Movie Star Plus has 2 seats. Don't worry about it.
If Movie Star Plus is going, I can go.
I don't know, man.
Don't tell me that. Not that I'm applying because I just know that the Celtics blog seats have gone to you guys, so I don't really need
seat. No. Get it right.
You guys should have like a big stream where you rock paper scissors for the seat, and then periodically through the game, like you post a picture of the other person standing.
So fucked, man. Anti-rat list. Richie LeMay, CLNS photographer. Get out there after the game. Super late. He goes, "Hey Jack, want some pictures?" I go, "Yes, I do."
Oh, we have a photo shoot.
Ready? Richie hooked the boy up. Look at this. Come on. Look at the finals.
New Twitter picture. Did you change it?
Oh no, I didn't make it the Twitter pic, but like, come on, tell me that's not fire.
You should have flipped the credential.
Come on. No.
Oh, there you go. You actually have the finals thing in the background.
Yeah. You're not
great.
allowed to post credentials on social media.
Oh. I don't think I've actually like taken my credential and posted it, but I don't know if my picture has.
It's more serious to the finals.
I see.
Sure. But yeah, super high quality. Shout out Richie. He's a goat. Love Richie.
I love that.
Richie,
congratulations on your first.
Funny.
Trip.
So, excuse me. Sorry. Richie took first trip
to the finals.
Oh, true. Richie took the photo for the Phil Pressey article I wrote. Like he took the picture of Phil. And I credited him obviously under it. And Phil Pressey DM Richie saying, "Thank you for writing the article." and Richie had to be like, "No, that was this guy." And then eventually, like, I talked to Phil and it was cool. But it was just it's just funny interaction that he thought Richie hooked him up. But
anti-rat list clipped on Hulu. Good. The story of the Clippers. The first 2 episodes are out. I have very much enjoyed the first 2 episodes. If you're looking for a little way to spend your afternoon here on Sunday before you watch the finals, you're sitting here sweating, you're very worried about game 2, load that up and watch it. I got a kick out of it. It's very funny. It's even funnier because like Doc is one of the main focal points. Like he's a main character on the show. And Doc now, after like all of the history of him coaching and everything, has become like a massive meme. And it's just like, he's always on the quote cards. Like, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. He's essentially become like the metaphor for mediocrity, as much as I love Doc. I mean, this Bucks season was a disaster. The Sixers finish was a disaster.
Those actors, though.
And the actors don't look like anybody. And it's a little funny. It is a great watch, and it's funny for multiple reasons.
Don't they just have a white guy playing Blake Griffin, or am I crazy? Or is he mixed, the actor?
I have no idea.
Don't know.
I can't speak on that.
I've seen stuff on
I'll get in
Twitter.
very big trouble.
Seen
You
stuff
know
on
the meme.
Twitter.
But
Yeah.
it being Doc as the focal point is just kind of funny.
Is
Because
he like
Doc
the
is just a
center?
funny character.
Is he the main character of the show?
No. He's like, it's like 1A,
Who's the main
1B.
character?
The main
Who?
character is
Donald
like
Sterling?
Don Sterling's like mistress girl.
Oh, okay. I saw a meme that was the Lakers pivoted to Dan Hurley when they saw this, and it was JJ Redick rapping on the bus.
Dude, the rap on the bus is fire. That's my favorite scene. That scene made me laugh so hard because at the end of the scene, Doc takes the mic and raps. Fire.
He probably did that in real life too, which is the best.
I
part.
know. I wish I had a tape of that.
Incredible.
They all got so hyped for Doc when he dropped his bar.
Not really Rattlers, but story. I played ball today with some other media people.
Anybody of note?
Tim McMahon was
Mhm.
there. Dave McMenamin was there. Jay King, obviously, and then Jam Packard. Noah went for a couple games, and then just some people who like work for the NBA, like PR or like social team, like just other people like people wouldn't know, but like they're there. There's one guy who his job, I forget his name. I feel really bad. His job is to like be the person wearing the gloves to bring the trophy places. Like that is his job.
The handler.
He is like, he beat our ass, all of us. He was like by far. He played for Brewster Academy. You know, where like
yes.
And he didn't like play for Brewster Academy. He averaged like a double for Brewster Academy. Like he was really fucking good. And so he kicked
dunked.
their ass. He didn't, but he could.
Okay.
He knocked my glasses off, almost broke them.
You got to start wearing your
Not very
goggles.
cool. I still haven't picked them up.
Go get your fucking goggles.
I know. Every time, they're closed on Sunday, so every time I go before we had a game, I would just like.
Tomorrow's Saturday. We're not recording. Go get your fucking goggles.
I can't. I practice. I literally haven't had a day. Like I have no time. Like I'm running around everywhere. But yeah, I didn't play great. I shot the ball. I didn't shoot the ball well. I got cooked in the first game, but I was better as the day went on. Dave McMenamin decided to make every fucking shot in the last game against me. It was pissing me off. Made everything. I guarded Tim McMahon okay. I didn't have to. I blocked Jay pretty good at the rim once. It felt good.
Career Achievement Award.
Yeah. Again, though, did not win a game. Just didn't fucking. I can't win, man.
Losing basketball.
It's brutal.
I have to play one of these times.
It was fun though.
Today
it
would
was
not
good.
have been the day.
We played. Yeah, it was good. We played in like the Suffolk University practice gym because Jay like knew somebody, and so it was pretty cool. It's fun.
Probably
nice
nice.
It was a very nice court for sure. But it was like it's like on the street in Boston. It's just in the basement. Like it is. The whole floor is just the practice gym. Like it's
That
just
rocks.
kind of weird. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I guess Rattlers my shot, but it wasn't too bad. It's fun. Good time. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
No. I think it started raining out of nowhere twice today. We've arrived in summer.
Yeah, we have. Is it dark out yet? Oh wow, it's 8 o'clock. Holy shit. Or 9 o'clock. Jesus Christ.
Is it dark out?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Sometimes it doesn't get dark that, it is June. This is like the time of year, like it's.
What's the latest?
I think it goes to like 9 o'clock. I mean, it's 8:54 right now, so.
Exactly. June 27th is the latest. Sunset today was 8:17. Last light 8:51. So we're right there.
Just
missed the last light.
Well, now I'll never see anything again.
Shit. Anyways,
That's a bold move the way your mic's been behaving, buddy.
I know I got lucky. Anyways, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for all this great content. No GeoGuessr on the pods, but you'll get them on the streams.
It's better on the screen.
It is. Turn the notification bell on. We appreciate you all. Let Sam take it out.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Hit the bell and subscribe so you don't miss any of our uploads. They're coming at you every day at 5 a.m., whether it's these pods, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, game recaps, the morning after each game. There'll be one tomorrow. And other videos in between to keep you busy. We've got you covered. We also have streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for Talking C's. Celtics Roundtable Tuesdays, usually around 6. We're playing around with the time. Don't know what time it's going to be this week, but we will be there for you. We also have pregame a half hour before every single game So make sure you come hang out with Jack and I as we get you ready for tip-off, calm the nerves, tell some jokes, lose some bets. It's just how it goes. You can also,
Did we win last night?
No. Derek White didn't get a block. Everything else hit.
Fuck.
Listen, they're never going to get that Rhode Island GeoGuessr money. If we actually do that and we have like a donation pot that like some random person wins.
It's like the free parking space in Monopoly.
Yes, exactly. You can also find all of our stuff on Spotify and Apple. Not all of it, but the pods and game recaps, the real important stuff will be there for you. So if you hit the follow button, all of that will go right into your feed. You can leave a 5-star review. We would appreciate that very, very much. You can also find our email, hbtcpod@gmail.com. Tell us what you thought of Game 2 as it happens. Tell us what you thought of, I don't know, the rat list. Tell us your rat list. Tell us how you're doing. You can find us on socials at How About Them C's, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook's the name of the pod. Streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is Jack's Money NBA. Mine is at Sam LaFrance. It's a friend.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.